I'm Mike Tolliver, and welcome to a special edition of ICOC Hot News. While many of us are blessed to live in stable countries, there are others who face danger every day. Today we're going to Mexico, Haiti, and the Ivory Coast. We'll talk to brothers and sisters that are facing incredible challenges with a hero's heart. Let's take a closer look at disciples in danger. The U.S.-Mexico border is in turmoil. Towns like Juarez and Reynosa have become some of the most dangerous cities on earth. Disciples there are living in a war zone between rival drug cartels battling the Mexican police and the Mexican army. We spoke with disciples on both sides of the border.
Many of you are probably familiar with the situation in Juarez, Mexico right now. Juarez right now has 4 times the murder rate of any other place in Mexico. The city across the border, El Paso, Texas, has had only 5 murders the whole year, while its sister city right across the border has had over 3,100. Yet the church in Juarez really continues to build on God's kingdom. They had a conference this year for men and baptized 2 men out of that conference. They're restoring people. These people are truly heroes in the faith.
Estoy estudiando la Biblia con 2 policías y pues ha sido difícil la situación con ellos porque ellos son como están expuestos a que la gente que se dedica a hacer lo malo pues los mate y nosotros estamos en medio de ellos, pero ellos quieren estudiar la Biblia, entonces nos hace movernos y decir, pues nosotros necesitamos pelear por sus vidas. Pero siento temor por mi esposa, siento temor por nuestro futuro, pienso que a un día podríamos tal vez llegar a morir ahí en medio de las situaciones que existen, pero sabemos que vamos a estar un día con Dios en el cielo. A veces hemos pensado en irnos, pero pensamos en la gente también que está ahí y que no tiene a Dios y por eso decidimos quedarnos. Sí tenemos temores, pero tenemos también una esperanza.
Well, I remember once that I was at work and my wife was at home and a gunfight broke loose at about some 300 meters away from home, and they were throwing grenades and using machine guns. So I got the news at work and I contact her on the phone, and I just remember being scared for her and not being able to be at her side. Basically, that's the worst thing that has happened.
Tenemos en Ciudad Juárez una gran visión porque la iglesia siga creciendo en los diferentes ministerios que están ahorita formados. Estamos buscando crecer dentro de las universidades, estamos buscando crecer en el ministerio de los solteros, así como también en los casados. Estamos muy animados porque Dios ha puesto una visión, no solamente en mí, sino en cada uno de los hermanos que están ahí en la ciudad. La situación es difícil, pero todos estamos unidos y creemos que Dios puede hacer más de lo que nosotros imaginamos o pensamos. Queremos sentir el mismo espíritu que Jesús tenía en el primer siglo cuando enseñaba, cuando ellos estaban haciendo discípulos. Hoy queremos sentirlo en nuestra ciudad que tanto hoy estamos aprendiendo a amar, que es Ciudad Juárez.
It's hard to imagine the danger these disciples face every day. We need to be praying for their safety. But more than that, we need to imitate their courage. While the bullets are flying, our brothers and sisters are sharing their faith and helping the poor. Their courage is an inspiration to us all. In January of 2010, an earthquake struck Port-au-Prince, Haiti, devastating the city. The government estimates 300,000 people died. 1 million were left homeless. Today, the disciples are facing riots and a collapsed infrastructure. They've been hit with hurricanes, and cholera has struck almost 200,000 people. Most basic services are not back online. Mark Ottenweller from Hope Worldwide was in Haiti recently for the one-year anniversary of the quake, and he found a faithful, courageous group of disciples getting back on their feet.
À Port-au-Prince maintenant, je dirais que c'est difficile. On n'est pas certain pour l'avenir parce qu'avec les troubles politiques qu'il y avait, c'est pas facile. Au mois de décembre, il y avait beaucoup de violence. On brûlait des pneus dans toutes les rues, non seulement à Port-au-Prince, mais dans les villes de province également. Il y avait des gens qui ont été tués, qui étaient blessés également.
Les gens ont détruit les business, les gens ont tué d'autres personnes. Donc, c'était une situation vraiment difficile. Parfois, on était obligé de ne pas avoir de service pour ne pas exposer les disciples dans les rues. Et troisièmement, il y a la maladie choléra qui fait rage. C'est encore plus difficile car aujourd'hui, il y a plus de 2500 personnes qui sont déjà mortes avec le choléra. Et il y a plus de 20 000 personnes qui sont dans les centres de santé pour être traitées. Hope a aidé beaucoup. L'équipe de Hope d'Haïti a pris beaucoup d'initiatives pour prévenir au choléra. La façon dont nous encourageons l'Église, c'est de savoir que tout ce qui arrive ne dépasse pas le contrôle de Dieu. C'est ça notre espoir, c'est ça notre force. Parce que nous savons que notre Dieu est tout puissant. Il nous a fait promesse dans sa parole qu'il prendra soin de nous.
Haiti is exceptional because, praise God, Hope Worldwide has been on the scene. And thanks to the over $1 million in contribution from the ICOC, their progress is impressive. Along with Shelter Box, they've provided 50 large tents. They've served 320,000 meals. They've set up a school for 90 children, provided 1,750 medical consultations. They purchased over 2 acres of land, and they're building 40 small homes for the disciples who lost their homes in the quake. They've provided vocational training for 72 disciples, and they've assisted orphanages and schools with technical support, training, and cholera prevention. Indeed, not one disciple has come down with cholera yet. All of us can be proud of the job Hope Worldwide has done in Haiti. And here at Hot News, we're inspired by the courage and the joy of these disciples who are facing disaster, disease, and riots with amazing faith. Let their joy challenge us all to trust God more and to do everything without complaining and arguing. In the Ivory Coast in West Africa, the entire country is locked down due to post-election violence that began in November, when the 2 presidential candidates both claimed victory. Both appointed a cabinet and set up government. Now both men refuse to back down. The UN has 12,000 troops in Abidjan trying to keep peace between the 2 sides. But as we wrap up this video, the situation is deteriorating rapidly. The 1,950 disciples are in great danger. Fighting is going on in Abidjan and several other Ivorian cities. Ivorians are now streaming across the borders into Liberia and Ghana. Stores and banks are closed. There is no money and no food. Roughly 100 disciples and their children have taken refuge at the Abidjan church building, located in a neighborhood that is still peaceful. Gunfire and artillery is heard every night. The Kojani family fled the fighting in their neighborhood with only these plastic bags of belongings. And the same with the Mandu family. Stray bullets were coming into their home. They walked for 3 hours to escape the intense firefight. These bags are all that they have. Francis Dassé, lead evangelist, explains in French.
Il faut dire que la situation que nous vivons est une situation.
The situation is very difficult because the politicians are using ethnicity to their advantage. We have more than 60 different tribes in Côte d'Ivoire, and we have all 60 in the church. We have called the disciples to be united, saying that in the church there is neither Jew nor Gentile, and we are not going to let the divisions of the world enter into the church. And so the church is doing very well right now. Even though each member voted for the candidate they preferred, the brothers and sisters are very united.
Two things strike us about Abidjan. First, we need to pray fervently that God would quickly resolve the situation. These are desperate times, and they need our fervent prayers. But we also cannot help but be inspired by their incredible bravery. Worshipping together with artillery fire in the distance is not easy. These are gutsy people who are giving us all a great lesson in raw courage. These disciples in Mexico, Haiti, and the Ivory Coast are an inspiration. Facing extreme crime or natural disaster or political upheaval, they have faced their cities each day with faith, joy, and courage. Their love for one another and their love for the lost stands out. Let us all be praying for them, but let us also be learning from them as well. We'll be keeping you posted at ICOC Hot News and Disciples Today. God bless.